Shh. Return to Silent Hill.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name.
I went to my local Cineplex to see Return to Silent Hill, and all I got was this lousy postcard. I love promotions like this. I'm actually gonna keep it. If only I had liked the movie. Spoiler warning, a movie review without spoilers is just hype. Return to Silent Hill is a cinematic remake of the video game Silent Hill 2, and they almost nailed it. There are characters that have been repurposed, which I can give a pass. There are cameos. Eddie makes an appearance. Cinematically, the film is heavily animated. There is a lot, if not all-encompassing, green screen and CGI. It bleeds into the actors from time to time, where I found they even looked digitally altered. The music I heard was composed by the same composer that worked on the video game. Now isn't that fun? I did not find it remarkable. I didn't even really notice it. That may sound like an insult. I don't mean it to be. The music blended fine. The dialogue was very reminiscent of a video game. It is far better than most modern dialogue, but still felt shallow, clunky, and at times even jarring. The movie felt like a fever dream. So in that regard, I think it pays a fine homage to the original. There were changes. I have never played the Silent Hill video games, but thanks to YouTube and the YouTubers that make this platform the best, I am fairly familiar with the story. I'm not good at playing video games. Reflexes, attention, whatever it is, I am lacking. But I do enjoy hearing about the new games and seeing the new gameplay. I say that out loud and I feel like it is an odd thing to say, but how different is it really from watching sports? Poker? I used to love watching Texas Hold'em tournaments on television. Now I watch video game reviews and playthroughs. If I recall correctly, the video game's version of Silent Hill appears differently to the different characters. This place is a form of purgatory, of reflection and trauma. All of the side character stories, they have all been merged into just one character in the movie, and that will be Mary. Video games and movies are completely different forms of media. They are similar, but video games are far more complex. A video game is like the visual representation of those Choose Your Own Destiny books. I used to read them all the time as a child. Do you open the door? Turn to page 38. They are interactive. It sucks you in. It's enjoyable. They are long. They're trying to make movies on average 2+ hours long. And I say no. 60 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes tops. If your story is good enough to require more time, we will make a sequel. Get to the point, but also immerse me in the details. It's a fine line. That's why it's considered an art form. Laura, the little girl, Angela, which I want to say was a character from the game that suffered from abuse from her father. She is where all the fire and ash symbolism stems from, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. And Maria, of course, the lady in red. In the game, she represented Mary's sex appeal, or her sexual side, the side that James had lusted for. All of these characters are the compartmentalized versions of Mary, or as the film has named her, Mary, Laura, Angela, Marie, Crane. I'm assuming she's Catholic. For the sake of time and complexity, I am not against this alteration. Mary and James not being married, that is a problem. It makes the film's ultimate conclusion fall flat, in my opinion. Well, that and Mary being slowly poisoned by her father, who is the head of a cult, and using his daughter for some bizarre rituals since she was a child. What? That wasn't in the game. If it was, I sure as hell missed it. It removes the main catalyst. It completely alters the heart of the story, the pain and the remorse. It just doesn't hit the same. Now, Mary meets her end very similar in both versions. James mercy her. In the game, I thought he used a pillow. In the movie, he uses a wet hand towel, which to me, for whatever reason, seems a lot harsher. The big difference, and it is a doozy, is how we arrive at this conclusion. Also, in the movie, she asks James to do it. Not only does she ask him, but you get the impression that she has brought this up many times before. That removes a ton of the weight from this decision. Don't get me wrong, a boyfriend who chooses to end the life of his terminally ill girlfriend who asked him to do it is still a heavy decision. I am sure one would feel remorse, trauma, the ending of the life of someone that they loved out of mercy. It's heavy. But let's compare that to a husband that ends his terminally ill wife's life, believing he was doing the right thing, but not receiving consent. He is battling with the internal conflict. Did he end her life because he was selfish and tired of taking care of her, tired of seeing her like this, tired of being sexually frustrated, ashamed of cheating on his terminally ill wife with the nurses tending to her? Selfish. Or did he do it because his wife, she was just in pain and wished for her suffering to stop? It was a selfless act. It was totally a selfish act. And that is why James is experiencing a nightmarish hellscape haunted by the memory of his wife. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't hit the same. I think this is the closest cinematic representation to the video game ever produced. But is that enough? It's not memorable. The other Silent Hill movies left a far more lasting impression on me than this movie was able to accomplish. The spider and mannequin head scream, they still creep me out to this day. This new iteration has a creepy spider lady monster, but again, it doesn't hit the same. It was very lackluster. It makes me stop and think, if this movie did not deviate from the path, let's say there was no creepy cult and abusive father, and it was just James battling with his conscience on the decision that he had made, would this movie have been any better? No, I don't think so. It might have been more emotionally impactful, but still, I don't think it would have made this movie good. Silent Hill is a medium that just doesn't translate well to film. It may work better as a series, but in all honesty, I think its time came and went. I think the video game is a great story. I think experiencing it and having it unwrap and unveil itself is satisfying to this very day. There are visual elements that are terrifying, but the story will never be as gratifying cinematically as it was in the game. This is definitely a one-timer for me. I think the older Silent Hill films are far better than this new outing. This is the most accurate to the source material. I just don't think it's enough. I actually think this is a great example that some things just can't be remade. The same experience or feeling, it cannot always be replicated or recaptured. What are your thoughts? Did you go see Return to Silent Hill? Do you think if they stuck the landing, the movie would have been any better? This has me thinking, what is the best video game to cinematic remake? I'm leaning towards Resident Evil. What are your thoughts? Thank you for your viewership. Until next time, my friends, farewell.
No, please save yourself.
For what?
For me. Because I love you. And I must kill you.
A crazy kid.
That is real.